have issued a warning that if the government goes ahead with this privatization move, they may resort to a long bank bandh agitation. Madam Finance Minister, you said in your budget speech, and if I can recall correctly, that along with IDBI, 2 public sector banks will be privatized. Now, which are those 2 banks? The guess continues. Indeed, we want development banks, we want infrastructure banks, we welcome that. But let me ask a few questions, some very uncomfortable questions. You remember IL&FS, Infrastructure Leasing and Finance Services. Now, this was a private sector company, and when it defaulted in payment obligations to banks that it had taken loan from, that time, the total NPAs of IL&FS was around 1 lakh crore. To be precise, 98,000 crores. Now, please explain, ma'am, to this august House, who had taken the decision, when and why it was taken to stand guarantee for a private finance company. Please explain, didn't the government of India, just because it stood guarantee, rather sovereign guarantee, it had to pay a whopping sum to ADP and KFW in dollars and euros, and that amount, I'm told, was paid from the contingency fund so that no discussion takes place. That was a very clever move. The people's money, that is taxpayers' money, has been abused. And who were the ultimate beneficiaries? This needs thorough investigation. Madam, as you open a new bank, can you please explain as to the status of the huge NPAs piling in different banks, the write-off amounts? You said last time, ma'am, and I remember very correctly, write-offs does not mean the borrower has been let off. This was your statement, madam. But the actual figures I will give you, and this may not please you. In the last 8 years, the write-off amount, is 2,78,517 crores from the 12 banks, the public sector banks. And the recovery made is just 19,207 crores. This may be wrong because the data has been compiled from the websites of different banks. We would like some official figures to come from you. The recovery is just 7%. Now the question is, what happens to that 93% recovery? How, when, and how do you plan to recover that amount is $1 million question. Madam, हम आज भी देखते हैं कि कई ऑटो रिक्शा वाले आते हैं, कई ट्रैक्टर वाले आते हैं और ये कहते हैं कि कोरोना के पीरियड के अंदर हम अपना इंस्टॉलमेंट नहीं भर पाए हैं। बैंक वाले कह रहे हैं कि आपको ऑटो सीज कर लेंगे, ट्रैक्टर सीज कर लेंगे, किसी ने छोटा लोन लिया है तो उनको परेशान किया जा रहा है। इस मुल्क के अंदर 2 कानून कैसे हो सकते हैं? उन गरीबों के लिए एक अलग कानून हो सकता है और उन धन्ना सेठों के लिए एक अलग कानून जो हमारा पैसा लेकर आज विदेशों के अंदर बैठे हुए हैं। माय हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट टू यू मैडम इज, प्लीज गेट ऑल द मोदीज, the Niro Modis, the Lalit Modis, the Malyas back into this country. They have taken our money and just vanished right under your nose. It was people's money that they took and vanished. And perhaps they told the government, we are done with the loot, we are going out. Catch us if you can. We request you, please catch them, bring them back, and send a message that anybody who loses the public money will have to face the music, will have to face the law. But all these people, and they are so filthy rich, perhaps we have a fear whether you really intend to catch them